Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Words I Choose to Live By on Amazon Live. Our Amazon audience is going to be joining us here in a bit. We do welcome our social media audience. We also have our friends on Instagram joining as well now for Words, and we're about to connect now with our Amazon family as well. If you guys are new to us, especially when it comes to joining us on social, we're glad you could find us. For our Amazon Live audience, welcome to you. If you guys are new to us on the platform, thank you so much. We picked up a lot of new followers this month, and I appreciate that. If you guys are not following us on Amazon, make sure you guys hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. With Words I Choose to Live By is our weekly inspiration that comes from my book. You guys can see here, Words I Choose to Live By, and it's divided into 52 weeks because there's typically 52 weeks in a year. We're in week number 51 today, and I'm joined by my co-hosts. You all see there, Melissa Banks, Dr. Velma Bagby, and Tina Siemens. If you guys have any questions or comments throughout the show, make sure you guys do put those in the comment section. But ladies, welcome back to the broadcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Cyrus. Thank you.
Well, look, it is great to be back. I should let our audience know we were not here for a couple of weeks, and that was totally on me. I had some family things to take care of. I think it's pronounced Miss Smiley. Hello to you. Good to see you over there on IG. But I appreciate you guys being patient with us. And a lot happened during the time we weren't together, including Dr. Velma Bagby released a brand new book. We're going to have her talk about that a little bit later. So she didn't know I was going to bring that up. She thought I was just going to skate by that. But if you guys did not notice, it's in the carousel over on the Amazon side. You guys can see it. Also, Tina Siemens joined me in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and received an award for her book, The Little Sandals That Could. Tina, congratulations to you.
Thank you. What an honor it was.
Well, Tina, we're going to get into today's message, but I just wanted to say it was so good. Tina and I had never met in person. So I've met Dr. Velma this year. I've met Melissa more times than I can count at this point because she's here in Mississippi. But it was so good to meet Tina. Tina, what was that experience for you to be in a room full of authors, literally from around the country?
It was such an amazing weekend. In fact, my daughter-in-law went down to the lobby and she texted me, I think Cyrus Webb is in the lobby. So we were all excited to finally meet. My granddaughter said, can you show me a picture of what he looks like so we can recognize him? So the buzz was like so ecstatic. It was just such a wonderful, and then to come into the room, Chosen Pen did an amazing job creating the atmosphere of just, it's all about you this weekend. Like everyone there was like-minded, and it was just such an electric atmosphere of celebrating the amazing authors that were there. So it was, I'm still gloating about how beautiful the weekend was.
It really was nice. If you guys do not have Tina's book, The Little Sandals That Could, it is in the carousel. I'll be highlighting as we're talking. Also, Dr. Velma's new book, as I mentioned, is in the carousel too. So again, she thought I wasn't going to remember that, but I did put it in there. But we are talking about week number 51. And this is an appropriate message, I think, with Tina's win, with Dr. Velma's new book. And I should let you guys know, if you don't know, Melissa has a new book coming out this week too, everyone. We'll ask her about that too, because she's been keeping secrets. She talks about me keeping secrets. But we're going to talk about that too. But the message for week number 51 is tap into your inner greatness. Here's to another week of tapping into your inner greatness and allowing it to overflow not only in your life, but in those around you as well. And it's a great reminder for us, as we were just applauding Dr. Velma, Tina, and also Melissa on her new book, to remember that all of us have something special. I think, for some of us, if we didn't grow up being told that we were special or that we had something special, that can be hard for us to take in. If we may have been around people who didn't appreciate it, I think that may be difficult for people too. But I think the great thing is, especially for people of faith, is that we know we were born with this. No one had to give it to us. And it's all up to us to be able to recognize that. So Dr. Velma, that leads us directly over to you, ma'am, to kick us off. How has it helped you to know that you have an inner greatness to tap into?
First of all, you said it there. It's coming to the knowledge of the fact that that's there, because not everybody has acknowledged the fact that there's greatness inside of them. So once you discover that, it's also keeping that mindset as well, because there are things that will come upon your life that will make you question if the greatness is still there, as if it's something you're going to lose or something that goes away. It never goes away because we were created by a great God. Greatness, drops of greatness were already placed inside of us. But until we come to the knowledge of that truth, we're going to believe the lie. And we
Yeah.
know what a lie does to a person. It brings discouragement, it brings doubt, it brings, poor self-worth, all of those and more. And so it's important for us to first to acknowledge it, value it, celebrate it every day and every opportunity we can, even with what we have been given to do, each of us. It's a celebration of that greatness each time that we step out and do what we need to do. With all that you said about the new books coming out and you and Tina receiving an award, that was an acknowledgement of the greatness that God has placed inside of you. Others are acknowledging what you've done and what you've accomplished. But it's important for us as individuals to value it, celebrate it, and maintain it, because there are many times when things will come across our path to try to make us question it, doubt it, and go back to believing the lie. And we can't do that. Once the truth sets you free, you should try to maintain that freedom and enjoy it every step of the way.
Yeah, love that. While Dr. Velma was talking, I highlighted her newest book, the 30-Day Wild Journal. You all can see it there. You can get yours for only $10. We're going to remind you of that. Tina, that leads us to you again, Miss Award winner. Uh, how important has it been for you to tap into your inner greatness?
Before I talk about me, let me talk about Cyrus Webb, how he received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I thought it would be appropriate to take this moment and just uh, read what they looked at for recipients to get this award. And it states this way in this beautiful book that they did at the gala,
Oh, wow.
Susan Penn. It was beautifully done. But it says the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award is an award that recognizes individuals whose lifelong dedication and service have substantially enhanced the public good. These awards honor those who exemplify the spirit of commitment through their unwavering efforts to better our communities and our world. And when I read that, Romans 12, verse 10 came to me, and I think Cyrus is exactly what this verse. Be devoted to one another in love, honor one another above yourself. And that is what Cyrus Webb has exemplified over and over. And this award was to be to people that had done this for 20 plus years. And so we know that our host right here has done exactly that, and I'm just honored to know someone that achieved this award. So congratulations, Cyrus, on receiving the presidential award in Fayetteville last weekend. And so back to that, as timely as our topic is today, is to tap into your inner greatness. It's not something that goes by feelings, but by recognizing that this is a God-given talent. And so by walking in that talent, then you can go year after year, 20 years, 30 years, whatever moment that you decide that this is the walk I want to walk in, then your greatness shows.
Yeah.
And if you are putting others above yours, you constantly give to somebody else, that brings that reward back to you, because it's then a cup that overflows. And I'm just so grateful that all of us have that recognizing that inner greatness that God has put in each one of us, and to walk in that. I am looking in my Cyrus challenged me in Fayetteville. Tina, look in the mirror and tell me, tell yourself that God has put, and I'm practicing that. Wow, what an impact that has when you recognize in yourself that greatness was put there by your Creator, and to live that daily. Then the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. Well, Tina, thank you for that. I was not expecting that, but I appreciate that so much. And congratulations again. Earl says, congratulations, Tina and Cyrus. Thank you so much, Earl. And ESP Presents, Ellen says on IG, Hello to everyone as well. I appreciate that. And, it's such a great reminder. Now, again, the book that Tina was recognized for is The Little Santas That Could. For those joining us on the Amazon side, we have it highlighted for you guys. You all can get it there either in print or the Kindle edition. The Kindle edition is only $2.99 right now. Melissa, that leads us to you now. How important has it been for you to recognize your own inner greatness?
Wow. Well, let me begin, first of all, by congratulating you both on the amazing awards you just received. It is such a pleasure and honor to know you both and to watch your journeys, and then to have your hard work recognized in that way. It's just been amazing to watch. So congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
My life changed, Cyrus, when I recognized I have greatness in me. For a very long time, I didn't realize that. I didn't hear it. I was in a very difficult, hard relationship, and what I heard was what I was not. So when I began to listen to what the Word of God says, what He puts all around me, when I began to listen to my voice was saying something different. So when I began to hear my inner voice, even on the days that are hard, on the days that are tough, I am reminded that, you know what, I'm not working for greatness. I was already born with greatness. I just have to receive it every single day and move in actions like I believe what has already been given to me. So once I started that language, that's the language that's in my head. And that's everyday situation. When I get up in the mornings, I remind myself that, you know what, I am not working to be great. The greatness is there. I'm working to show that greatness in every single thing that I do. And that continues to move me. It continues to make me go the next step and the next step as I keep celebrating that greatness and make it my effort, my desire, my goal to show it every time I show up.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think that is such a great thing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Melissa. And as I said, Melissa is going to tell us about her brand new book coming this week as well. I highlighted for you guys on the Amazon side that her book, the Dream by Design Dream Journal, but she also has a Dream for Him journal there as well in the carousel. Melissa, you said something so important, though, is that, and again, it's what I was trying to say earlier, is that sometimes people will try to make us think we don't have what's already there.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a dangerous thing for us to then, and this is one of the things I have to say I respect so much about all of you, but in particular Tina, because Tina is not defined by praise.
Right.
And I think for some people, the danger is they're waiting on the praise. And when they don't get the praise, they don't see what's already inside of them, whether someone recognizes it or not. And I think that's why I appreciated what Chosen Pen did, because I tell people I just like to work. I come from a family of workers. I just like working. I don't think about a reward, or I don't think in those terms.
Right.
But I think it also is what keeps me from being in anticipation of it, but also relying on it, right? And I think when we just get up every day and know that we have, as Tina said before, and all of you have mirrored this, we have everything we need, then that's enough. The other thing I said in this message I want to go back around on, starting with Tina, is this. And here's the thing, that we should allow it to overflow not only in your life, but in those around you as well. Tina, how does it make you feel to know that because you recognize your greatness, that you can encourage someone else to recognize it for themselves too?
When we recognize that greatness, like Melissa said, it's already in us. It's a God-given talent. It's a God-given opportunity that He's given us. So that's a tool that He's equipped us so that we don't have to go look for it. We don't have to go think that it's not there for me. It might be there for somebody else. But when we recognize this is in me already, then I can just start working on that. So the baseline, the foundation is, with me coming from a construction background, the foundation is the most critical point of a building. And so that the greatness is the foundation that God laid in each one of us. Now we can just start building on that. And then the walls are coming up, then the roof comes up, and then the interior and the exterior. These are all extras, but the foundation was already laid there for us. So what a gift from our Heavenly Father to each one of us to know that if we abide in Him, then we will produce fruit, and that fruit will then I'm thinking of grapevine right now. That grapevine will produce those grapes, and then the grapes produce the wine. So it just keeps on giving. If we just recognize that the foundation was a gift by our Maker, and we are now just have the privilege of building those walls and building, and we can choose to have exterior and interior doors on this building, because if we encapsulate ourselves inside, then we will not shine. Our greatness will not flow over to others. But if we have a beautiful front door that allows people to come in and me to exit, then that is how we can come and bring others into our greatness. And so therefore God multiplies that gift that he's given us.
Such a great point. Hello to you, Wendy, or Sad. Good to be able to see you over there on Facebook. Let's see. Ellen says on Instagram, I'm so glad. I'm sorry. Until this point, I'm so excited that writers are being appreciated. The literary world has never been so appreciative, I think, until this moment. That authors of all walks of life can have their, let's see, can have, I think it's their work recognized. And then she says, I'm so glad we stopped waiting to be appreciated and appreciate others without permission. I totally agree with that as well. Melissa, what about for yourself? How does it feel to know that once you recognize that greatness in yourself, as Tina mentioned, that you can be able to impact the lives of others?
I think that's magical. I think that's what I live for. That's why when you hear me talk, I'm always talking about believing in yourself, dreaming big, believe you have what you need inside of you. I talk about affirmations all the time, because once
Yep.
you start changing your mindset, once you
Yep.
feel it in your gut, it shows up everywhere you show up. And then therefore people feel it. They can receive it. The overflow. How does it feel to walk into a room and someone says to you, you know what? I look for a message from you because you inspire me. Because they can receive it because it's coming from here. They can feel it when it's coming from here. And that's my energy. That's my motivation. That's my entire being, is being able to not only talk about the challenges, the things I've gone through, my journey. For a long time, I felt embarrassed about my journey, that my journey was something that I needed to keep to myself. But thank God Almighty, the day I shared it publicly was the day I began to heal, and was also the day others could feel the healing.
Mhm.
Others could believe it when I just show up and be me. And being me is enough. It took me a long time to get there. And I believe when you get there, you can't help but share it and show it, and people feel it just by you being in the space.
Love
Wow.
that. Yeah, such a great thing. I want to ask you the same thing, Dr. Velma. How does it feel to know? And I'm going to highlight your new book there, 30-Day Wild Journal, there on Amazon. But how does it feel to know that by you recognizing your own greatness, that you can impact the lives of others?
I think it's important for you to own it, because if you live your life relying on what words everybody else says about you, what praise you receive from everyone else, then you're going to be very disappointed. I grew up in a time where if I had been properly diagnosed, I probably would have been diagnosed as an introvert. I was by myself. I preferred being by myself. I enjoyed, even though I was constantly helping and supporting others all the time. But acknowledgement didn't back to me. All the help and all the giving I was doing, because I have the gift of giving, but God had to teach me how to give it when it was appropriate. But I was just giving it out to everybody. And praise and acknowledgement was not coming back to me. It really hurt me during that time. So I stayed reserved. I stayed as an introvert. But God had a different plan for me to come out of that space, to come out of that place that I was. And I grew to learn to receive His acknowledgement. And that's the only acknowledgement I prefer. And not only that, when I can hear back, when I get feedback, when I can hear from someone that says, boy, what you said really changed my life, then that fuels me. That acknowledges the greatness that God has given me. That says to me that I did everything right. So I've learned not to worry about the noise outside. I learned to trust what God is saying to me. When I hear that well done from Him, when I hear that somebody says that something I did or wrote about or said has truly transformed their lives, then that to me affirms my greatness. And so all the affirmations, like Melissa said, has blessed me, helps me to continue to reassure myself, excuse me, that all of these things are inside of me. But outside of that, it's God who affirms me every day.
Love that. Such a great reminder. Wendy has said, so true. And Patrice, glad you could join us, Patrice, on Facebook. She says, yes, it causes unexplainable liberation. It definitely does that too. And that's why it's something that all of us have to realize. We have to stop allowing others to hold us hostage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we also have to stop holding ourselves hostage, because a lot of times we're the ones,
Yep.
we're the prisoner, but we also holding the key.
Yep.
And so it's not until we give ourselves permission to acknowledge what everyone here has talked about today, and that is our God-given greatness,
Yep.
then, I mean, people will continue to be able to try to diminish us. So with that being said, then, Melissa, that leads us to you on this round. What would you say to our audience about the importance of tapping into their own inner greatness?
Oh my gosh, if you don't tap into it your own, if you're waiting on someone else to say you did good, if you're waiting for someone else to believe in you, then you're going to be stopped. You're going to be stuck, and you're going to be on a roller coaster. You're going to feel good when they feel good, and you're going to feel bad when they're not praising you. Go inside of you, reach inside of you, and tell yourself every single day. One of the things, Cyrus, you have in here is you said, you are amazing. Say that to yourself every single day. Write it down, type it, put it in social media. You are amazing. You also say that you are special. When you start saying it, you say it over and over and over again, you will believe it, because that's what you're sowing into you. And you're not waiting on someone to tell you how amazing you are, because you wake up every day knowing that you are amazing and that you're here for a purpose. And when you start believing in that, you will know that you have everything within you to be great. And that's all that matters. You're not waiting for a pat on the back. You're not waiting for somebody to say, great job. You're not waiting for somebody to believe in you, because you are believing in yourself and the greatness God already placed in you. And that's what keeps you moving. And that's what will keep you going.
There we go. So true. Dr. Velma, what about for you? What would you say to our audience about the importance of tapping into their own inner greatness?
I just ditto with everything that has already been said. And yes, what Melissa just said, you have to start speaking over your own life. I mean, we can hear all kind of voices every day, all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But it's not those voices that matter. It's your voice that's matter. Just like what I said about my own journey, feeling low, feeling introverted, thought thinking that that was the best place for me is to be by myself, when that is not what God had for me to do. I had to embrace who he said I was. I had to embrace the gifting and talents that he had given me. I had to acknowledge what he's doing in my life and knew that he has purpose and a plan for me. So I encourage everyone, and believe me, on my journey with ministering with women, it just amazes me the number of women even today that do not embrace their worth. And we know the world fell by a lie in the very beginning. The lie is what got Eve in trouble. And so, lies, I should say. And so, we have to be careful not to hold on to those lies, and please turn it around and embrace the truth. You are worth it. You are valuable. You
Yeah.
are who God says you are. You are great. And until you do that, you won't discover the amazing things that God has in store for you. So, embrace it all.
Such a great point. Earl had said, tell yourself that you are amazing. I try to do that every day myself. Patrice says, your voice matters. So true. Tina, what about for yourself? What would you say to our audience about the importance of embracing their own inner greatness?
Well, I think reiterating what all three of you have said, to own it. Because when we go on feelings, because there's so many components that are suppressing us on a daily basis, whether we physically not feeling well, or somebody else around us, a family member is going through a hard time, or there's just so many things that threaten that knowledge in today's society. We measure ourselves by others' greatness. And so when we get to the point, and I'm talking to myself, if I acknowledge that I have that greatness inside of me and it's for a purpose, then all of a sudden it doesn't matter what my physical being is, but we believe it. We base our life on that. Now I can go through a day. If I didn't feel it, then I still know that it's there. it's something that we can just. I was reminded of the poem "Footprints in the Sand." It's when we don't always feel it. It's then that God carries us through. So we don't have to rely on antidotes of praise every day, but knowing it, owning it, then that will bring us through those hard days, and then just give us strength to those days that are ahead. Because once I own it, then I live purposefully. And so with that in mind, I just feel like we can conquer anything. And my subtitle of my book, Seminole, Some People Never Give Up. That's us. If we don't give up, then that greatness is inside of us. And we will still, if I don't feel it today, somebody might bring something that I've said a week ago or a day ago. They will bring that to us, and that will fuel us. Yes, it's still there. It hasn't been lost. So just owning it brings us past those times where we may not feel it personally.
Love that. On IG, hello to you, Cammie Johnson. Good to be able to see you. Glad to be able to connect with you over the weekend, by the way. Amanda Jean Garcia says, amen. Thank you so much for joining us as well. A great message and great reminder for all of us. Again, we're talking about week number 51 from my book, Words I Choose to Live By, the importance of tapping into your own inner greatness. Really appreciate all of you and your great comments as well. Dr. Velma, we're going to go back to you. How can our audience stay connected with you? And, of course, tell them about the new book.
Well, you can stay connected with me. I'm on all social media platforms as Dr. Velma Bagby, or you can subscribe and join me at my website at drvelmabagby.com. My new book is the fifth book in the Catch series, a series that was dedicated to helping women discover their mate. And this fifth book is a blessing because it blesses me every day, full of affirmations by 30 different women. Two of the other women besides myself are on this panel today, so I'm grateful that they joined me in this project. It became something greater than what I thought in the beginning, and just hearing from the people who have received it and read it and have gotten into the book, they have been just in awe, just as I am. So the Wow Journal, Woman of Worth, it's 30 affirmations by 30 different women telling you their scripture support, that their scripture that supports their affirmation, their statement, and it's just really powerful. I really love it.
So those on the Amazon side, we have a highlight for you guys. For those not, I'm doing you guys a favor and showing it up on the screen there. You can get the paperback as I did there for $10, or you can get the Kindle edition for only 99 cents, which means you can start reading that today. Tina, I'll let them know how to be able to stay connected with you, and of course, tell them about your award-winning book from Chosen Pen.
Thank you so much. I'm on all social media as Tina Siemens, and email me or just send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. And for the little sandals that was recognized, it's the journey of me as an 8-year-old immigrating to the United States, and the amazing opportunities that journey has bestowed upon me. I'm just so grateful for the award and the recognition of something that I walked, like those little sandals. They took me from a life where into a new country that has just given me so many beautiful opportunities to share what that gift that God has given me. And I love sharing my story.
Right. So again, for those joining us on the Amazon side, you guys can see it there. The Kindle edition is $2.99, or the paperback is $9.99. You all can get it there. And there's an audio book as well. I don't personally do audio books, but it is available there for you guys as well. So Tina, congratulations to you again. But last but certainly not least, Melissa Banks, let them know how to be to stay connected with you and tell them about your new book that's coming out this week.
Wow, your greatness is within you. So if you want to move forward, you want to get up every day feeling great, just tell yourself that. I love affirmations, and that's what my new book is about. It's affirmations, but it's directed to teens, and it's affirmations for teen girls and their mothers. And it's just reminding them of who they are. You get up every day saying some affirmations. I promise you, it's going to change your mindset. Therefore, it's going to change your life. We're excited about our new book coming out this week. You can stay connected with me and everything that I do, whether it's social media, the podcast, listening to some of the episodes there, or anything that we do, just go to themelissabanks.com.
All right. David Atkins, hello to you. Good to see you over there on IG. Ellen says, can't wait to read it. So before we leave, I do have some news. I was going to keep this from our panel, but I've been told, even though I don't personally believe it, I've been told I keep a lot of secrets. I don't think that's necessarily true, but hey, I'll let you all be the judge of that. But I have been keeping something from you guys, something that I'm very excited about. In 2014, I had the opportunity to get my first book deal. And so I want to shout out Benita and Hodge for giving me my very first opportunity. Sheila Bales was the acquisition editor that actually contacted me and offered me my first book deal based on my posting affirmations on social media. So I tell people, my first book deal, a lot of people don't realize, came from me posting colored background posts and different affirmations. And she told me, stop posting those. I want to offer you a book deal. And I was like, okay. So that's how I got my first book deal in 2014. So that's when the first edition of Words I Choose to Live By initially came out. And I want to shout out everyone who supported that book, helped it become an Amazon bestseller, including media personality and celebrity host Lisa Gibbons, who, unbeknownst to me, bought the book, posted on her social, helped it blow up, and really set me on a whole nother path. And then we released the book when I got the rights back to Words. We released it with this edition that you guys see here. But this year, thank you for that, Patrice. Appreciate it. This year, we're celebrating now our 10th anniversary of the book. And that's why I'm so excited to be able to share with you guys that we are re-releasing the book on Amazon, not tomorrow, but we're doing it today. In fact, if you guys are joining us on the Amazon side, you guys can see it there. For those not joining us on Amazon, you guys can see it on your screen. Words I Choose to Live By, the 10-year anniversary edition is out now on Amazon in paperback for only $8.99, or you can be able to get the Kindle edition there for only $3.99. Now, you may say, well, Cyrus, I've already bought the book. We need to get this one too. Let me tell you why. Because it has brand new affirmations in it. And I have tweaked some of the messages because we live in a world that's very different than 10 years ago. So a lot of the messages were longer. I shortened those down, made them a little bit more impactful. It has a new afterword in the new book as well. So I'm very excited about this edition of the book. Again, it's out now on Amazon. Again, Words I Choose to Live By, the 10-year anniversary edition. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. I'm just 13. So it's hard to believe. Errol, hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there on IG. Glad you could join us. But I'm excited about this book. Excited for you guys to get it. I will get mine on Friday. Dr. Velma, I know you're not laughing at me saying this.
Yes, I am.
Tina was laughing too, so it's okay. And Melissa was giving me the eyes. I was getting the eyes from Melissa. But again, I want to say to all of you, thank you so much for your support of this book. This book has gone places I never would have imagined, literally around the world. I've gotten pictures from South Africa, from India, from Spain, from England, from Canada. People who have gotten this book, and it means so much to me that you guys have supported it. And so again, as I mentioned, the new edition is out now. I'll be getting mine on Friday, so you know what you'll see. You see me posting a picture with my book. So I encourage you guys, if you get your books, also send me a picture. Would love to be able to share those. And again, to my Words family, so glad to be back with you. We'll be wrapping up this year next week, so we invite you guys to join us here next Monday. And then we will be coming back in 2025 as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. Ladies, again, thank you so much for another great show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been
And we
wonderful.
thank all of you for tuning into this episode of Words I Choose to Live By. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.